Good morning, students all. Last class up to problem number 9 completed in the CET corner. From 10th problem we will start. Okay. So 10th, what they are asking, see. Solid cylinder of radius are made of a material of thermal conductivity K1 is surrounded by a cylindrical shell of inner radius R and outer radius 2 are made of a material of thermal conductivity K2. Here one solid cylinder is there. Okay. Its radius is R. It is made with a material having thermal conductivity K1. It is surrounded with another cylinder having inner radius R and outer radius 2R. Like this it is surrounded. It is made with a material having thermal conductivity K2. So, inner cylinder is solid, outer cylinder is hollow. Next, what they mentioned, the two ends of the combined system are maintained at two different temperatures. This end maintained at one temperature, that end maintained at another temperature. If there is no heat loss across the cylindrical surface and the system in the steady state, effective thermal conductivity of the system is. So here what to do, see, from here to here some heat is flowing. That total amount of heat flowing. In that heat, some amount will flow through the inner cylinder, some amount will flow through the outer cylinder. So, this will be Q1 plus Q2. Q by T also same. Here, Q by T value will be Ka theta 1 minus theta 2 by L. So, here what will be constants? What are the constants? Time same. Length is same for both the rods. So, write Ks into area place pi into 2r whole square into Ka theta 1 minus theta 2 by L is equal to K1 pi into inner radius is R, Ka theta 1 minus theta 2 by L, K2. Outer cylinder area will be pi into 4r square minus pi into r square. Theta 1 minus theta 2 by L. Okay. So, theta 1 minus theta 2 by L, pi you cancel L. So, Ks into 4r square is equal to K1 into r square, K2 into 3r square. R square also you make common and cancel. So, 4Ks is equal to K1 plus 3K2. Ks is equal to K1 plus 3K2 by 4. So, 10th question, it will be 4th option. Okay. Next. 11th, you see what they are asking. Two stars A and B radiate maximum energy at the wavelengths 360 nanometer and 480 nanometer respectively. Then the ratio of their surface temperatures is. We will use Wien's displacement law. Lambda m into T is equal to constant. Lambda 1 T1 is equal to lambda 2 T2. T1 by T2 is equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Here lambda 2 value is 480, lambda 1 value will be 360, 124s, 123s. So time the temperatures ratio will be 4:3. So 11, it will be second option. Next 13 you see, 11, 12. Water is heated from 0 degrees centigrade to 10 degrees centigrade. Then what will happen to the volume? So, due to anomalous expansion of water, if we increase the temperature from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, water will contract. So, 0 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade. On increasing the temperature, volume of water will decreases, and from 4 degrees centigrade to 10 degrees centigrade, on increasing the temperature, volume will increases, water again expands. So what will be the correct option? When we increase the temperature from 0 degrees centigrade to 10 degrees centigrade, first volume will decreases, later volume will increases. So what will happen to the volume means, first decreases and then increases. Why it is happening like this means due to anomalous expansion of water. So 12th question, it will be third option. Next 13 you see, four rods with different dimensions are given. Which rod will conduct more amount of heat? Q by T is equal to Ka theta 1 minus theta 2 by L. So K into pi r square, theta 1 minus theta 2 by L. So Q by T proportional to R square by L. Substitute and check all the options. First R is equal to 2. L value will be 1 by 2. So it becomes 8. Second option, R is equal to 2, L is equal to 2. 2 square by 2. This will be 2. Third option, Q by T is equal to R1 L 1 by 2, 1 by 2 whole square 4. Fourth option, Q by T is equal to R1 L1. No, wait a minute. This will be 2 only. This is R1 L1. No, R1 L1 here not square. Here it will be, no wait. Here this is square, na? Here 1 square by 1. This value will be 1. So what will be the correct option means this one. If the dimensions of the rod is like this, it will conduct more amount of heat. Okay. Next 14 you see. A pan filled with food, hot food, cools from 94 degrees centigrade to 86 degrees centigrade in 2 minutes. when the room temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. How long will it cool from 74 to 66? Newton's law of cooling you use from Newton's law of cooling. Theta 1 minus theta 2 by T is equal to K into theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. In case 1, temperature decreases from 94 to 86. 94 to 86 in 2 minutes time. Okay. And the surrounding temperature is 20. So K into 94 plus 86 by 2 minus 20. So 94 minus 86 means 8. 8 by 2 means 4 is equal to K into, this will be 180 by 2 means 9. 180 by 2 means 90. 90 minus 20 means 70. Let it be 1. In case 2, temperature falls from 74 to 66. 74 minus 66 by T is equal to K into 74 plus 66 by 2 minus 20. Okay, now try to calculate. 74 minus 66 means again it will be 8. 8 by T K. So this will be 140 by 2 means 70 minus 20. This value will be 50. Do 1 by 2, you will get the T value. So 1 by 2 if you do 4 divided by 8 by T, K into 70 by K into 50. Okay. So 4T by 8 is equal to 7 by 5. 4 2's will cancel. 14 by 5, this value 2.8 minutes. So 14th question, it will be third option. Okay, next 15 also same model. What they are asking, say, cup of tea cools from, same Newton's law of cooling only. So from Newton's law of cooling, theta 1 minus theta 2 by T is equal to K into theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. That is the formula. So temperature falls from 65.5 to 62.5 in 1 minute time. So in case 1, 65.5 to 62.5 in a time of 1 minute. K into 65.5 plus 62.5 by 2. Surrounding temperature they gave it as 22.5. Okay, this will be 3 K into. So if you add 0.6, 66. 66, 62 will be 128. 128 by 2 means 64, isn't it? 66, 62 will be 128 by 2 means 64 minus 22.5, here 0.5, here 1, here 3, so 31.5, k into 31.5. Let it be equation 1. In case 2, what will happen? See. Temperatures 46.5 to 40.5. 46.5 to 40.5 in some time. We had to find the time. K into 46.5 plus 40.5 by 2 minus 22.5. So this value will be 6 by T. K into this value 87. 87 by 2 means 43.5 minus 22.5012. So this value 21. Let it be second equation. Divide these two, you will get the answer. T value you can get. So what to do? 1 by 2 if you do, 3 divided by 6 by T, K into 31.5 by K into 21. Okay, then 3T by 6 is equal to 31.5 by 2. 3 2's will cancel. T is equal to 63 by 21. 21 3's are 63. So this value will be 3 minutes. So they gave option wrong in the answers. 15, it will be fourth option. So they gave first option as correct. No, it will be fourth option. Next. Question number, neat corner next. First question. Yes, this is also just like the 13th problem in CET. Radius is given and lengths are given which will conduct more amount of heat. So Q by T is equal to K pi R square Ka theta 1 minus theta 2 by L. So Q by T proportional to R square by L. Okay. You check that first R naught L naught. Q by T is equal to R naught square by L naught. Second, Q by T is equal to 2R naught L naught. So 2R naught whole square by L naught, 4R naught square by L naught. Third one, R naught 2L naught, R naught square by 2L naught. Fourth one, Q by T is equal to 2R naught 2L naught. So 2R naught whole square by 2L naught. This will be 2R naught by L naught. Here R naught square So this is more. Here 4 is there. Here 1 is there. There 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is there. Here 2 is there. So among them, this will be this rod having these dimensions will conduct more amount of heat. Clear? Next. Second question. What they are asking. On a new scale of temperature and called the W scale, the freezing and boiling points are 39 degree degree W and 239 degree W respectively. What will be the temperature on the new scale corresponding to a temperature of 39 degrees centigrade on the Celsius scale? One new scale is there. So what is the formula? C minus 0 by 100 minus 0 reading minus LFP by UFP minus LFP. This is the formula. Here how many centigrade we had to convert? 39 degrees centigrade. We had to convert that into a new scale. So reading in that new scale, LFP will be 39 degree W. UFP will be 239 degree W. So 39 by 100 is equal to R by 39 by 200. This will 2 times will cancel. R minus 39 is equal to 78. R is equal to 78 plus 39, 117 degree W. Okay. So second question, it will be third option. Okay. Next. Third you see. Steam at 100 degrees centigrade is passed into 20 gram of water at 10 degrees centigrade. So here water is there. Mass of water is 10 gram. This water is at correct 20 gram of water, 10 degrees centigrade. Water is there. We sent the steam into it. Through a pipe, we sent the steam into it. Then, because of that steam, this water temperature increased to 80 degrees centigrade. Then, how much water will that steam is also converted into water? How much mass will be there when the water temperature came to 80 degrees centigrade? So here which is losing heat? Steam. Which is gaining heat? Water. Okay. Then how much steam has converted into water? We will calculate first. Let M be the mass of steam. Okay. So here heat gained by water. Formula mc d theta or dt. Mass of water is 20. Specific heat of water is 1. Temperature difference is 80 minus 10. So this value will be 1400 calories. This amount of heat water absorbed. So that amount of heat should be given by the steam. So heat lost by steam. Initially that steam at 100 degrees centigrade will be there. It will convert into 100 degrees centigrade of water. Later that 100 degrees centigrade will convert into 20 degrees centigrade. So m into L steam plus mc d theta. M we don't know, L steam value 540. Next m into C value 1, this will be 100 minus 80. That steam, by losing this heat, converted into water at 100 degrees centigrade. Later that water at 100 degrees centigrade converted into water at 80 degrees centigrade by losing this amount of heat. So this is 540 m plus this value will be 20 m. So this is 560 m. Equate these two. Then what we will get, see here, 560 m is equal to 1400 because heat lost is equal to heat gain. If you find m value, this value will be, if we calculate, yes, this value will be 2.5 gram. Okay. So how much water will be there finally means, therefore total mass of water, already 20 grams water is there. 2.5 gram of steam has converted into water. So totally this is 22.5 grams of water. Okay. So question number 3, it will be fourth option. Okay. Next question number 4, you see. What they are asking. Volume coefficient of glycerin gamma is equal to 5 into 10 power minus 4 Kelvin inverse. Fractional change in the density for a rise of temperature 40 degrees centigrade. Fractional change in the density is what? Okay. So density is equal to mass by volume. Mass constant, it won't change. So delta D by D is equal to delta V by V, because D proportional to V power minus 1. Here minus will come. of magnitude only. If we consider, no need to take delta d by d is equal to delta v by v. Delta v by v is equal to gamma delta theta. Okay. So gamma given, delta theta given, 5 into 10 power minus 4 into 400, 40. So that will be 200 into 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 4. So this value 2 into 10 power minus 2, 0.02. So fourth question, it will be third option. Clear? Next, fifth question. What they are asking. Coefficient of linear expansions of brass rod and steel rods are alpha 1 and alpha 2. Lengths of the rods are L1 and L2. L2 minus L1 is maintained same at all temperatures. Which of the following relations holds good? Condition to maintain difference in the lengths as constant. L1 alpha 1 is equal to L2 alpha 2. We discussed this in the problems, formulas starting. So fifth question, L1 alpha 1 is equal to L2 alpha 2. So it will be fourth option. Next, sixth question. Piece of ice falls from a height h so that it melts completely. Only 1/4 of the heat produced is absorbed by the ice and all energy of ice gets converted into heat during the fall. The height h is some piece of ice falling from some height, and when it reaches to the ground, it completely melted into water. At this position, it will have some energy. In that energy, only 1/4 of the energy utilized to melt this ice. Here, height h means it will have a potential energy of mgh. In that, 1/4 of that energy will be 1/4 mgh that will be utilized to melt the ice. Heat required to melt the ice will be m into L ice. M values will cancel. They are asking h value will be how much they are asking. So h is equal to 4 into L ice by h g. 4 into L ice value they gave 3.4 into 10 power 5. G value they gave it as 10. So 13.6 into 10 power 4, 136 into 10 cube, 136 kilometers. So if the ice is falling from this height, it will completely melted into water. So sixth question, it will be third option. Next, see the seventh one. What they are asking. copper rod of 88 centimeter and aluminum rod of unknown length have their increase in length is independent of the increase in temperature. Length of aluminum rod. Same L1 alpha 1 is equal to L2 alpha 2. Problem number 5. L1 alpha 1 is equal to L2 alpha 2. Copper length is 88. Copper alpha value will be 1.7 into 10 power minus 5. L2 into alpha 2 2.2 into 10 power minus 5. Minus 5 will cancel. 2.2 40s will cancel. L2 is equal to 68 centimeter. Okay. So 7th question, it will be 4th option. Next. Question number 8. What they are asking, see. 4 gram of gas occupies 22.4 liters at NTP. The specific heat of the gas at constant volume is 5 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Speed of sound in the gas at NTP is 952 meter per second. Then the heat capacity at constant pressure is. Okay. So 4 grams of gas. See how to do this one. Mass of the gas, they gave it as 4 grams. So M is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Mass of the gas. It is occupying a volume of 22.4 liters. 22.4 liter. So 22.4 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. That is the volume. And specific heat at constant volume. Actually it is relating to next chapter 5 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. Specific heat at constant volume. Speed 952 meter per second. Then specific heat at constant pressure is how much? Okay, V is equal to square root of gamma RT by M. T is NTP, na? NTP means this value 273 Kelvin. Okay, so using that you calculate the gamma value. What to do? See, V is equal to square root of gamma RT by M. V square is equal to gamma RT by M. You find gamma value by substituting these values. Gamma is equal to what will happen? mv square by RT. M value 4 into 10 power minus 3. V value 952 whole square. R value 8.3. They mentioned in the problem R value. And a T value 273. If we calculate this value, finally gamma value 1.599 means 1.6 we will get. Now Cp value is how much? Cp is equal to gamma Cv. Next, from gamma is equal to Cp by Cv. Cp is equal to gamma Cv, 1.6 into Cv value will be 5. This value 8 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. Okay, so 8th it will be second option. Joule mole inverse, capital Cp, joule mole inverse Kelvin inverse. Okay, next 9th question. What they are asking, say. Black body at 1227 degrees centigrade emits a radiation with maximum intensity at a wavelength of 5000 angstrom unit. Temperature is increased by 1000 degrees centigrade. Maximum intensity is. So lambda m into T is equal to constant. Lambda 1 T1 is equal to lambda 2 T2. So lambda 1 will be 5000. Lambda 2, this will be absolute temperature. Temperature in Kelvin scale. They gave temperature in degree centigrade. Convert that into Kelvin means just add 273. Lambda 2 how much? Temperature increases by 1000 degrees centigrade from here. If you add 1000 to it, it will becomes 2227 degrees centigrade. Convert that into Kelvin by adding 273. So 5000 into 1500. Lambda 2 into 2500. 2 times will cancel. Lambda 2 is equal to 3000 angstrom unit. So 9th, it will be third option. Next, see the 10th question, what they are asking. We'll stop with this 10th. Assuming the sun to have specific spherical outer surface of radius r, radiating like a black body at a temperature T degrees centigrade, the power received by the unit surface at a distance capital R from the center of the sun is. Must see. Here sun is there. Here radius of the sun is R. Temperature of the sun is small t. He is emitting radiations. Then here one spherical surface is there. Its radius is R. That will be, then how much power will be received by this per unit area? That is the question. How much heat will be emitted by it? Will heat emitted by sun E is equal to sigma T power 4, capital T means small t plus 273 power 4. Okay. Then this is Q by AT, sigma into T plus 273 whole power 4. Stephen's law. E is equal to sigma T power 4 using that formula. Then Q by T is equal to sigma T plus 273 power 4 into area will be 4 pi r square. This is the heat emitted by it. That heat will incident on it. Then heat received by this per unit area. Heat received per unit area is equal to sigma T plus 273 power 4 pi r square divided by 4 pi r square. 4 pi will cancel. So r square sigma T, so this will be third option. 10th question, it will be third option. With this we will stop this lecture, and in the next class we will continue the remaining.